So I would capitalize on that. And then every single day or every time and again when I get a chance to bua negatively about that person, I would do that in order for that to discredit.
You yourself tend to believe your lie. Like you literally live that lie. You know it was a lie, but you convinced yourself so much that you start to believe that lie to be the truth. So you can't separate the two.
That mechanism of protecting yourself. You don't want to open up to everybody.
Sure.
You are okay being alone. And you don't even trust people who want to be close to you in the workspace.
How do you deal with documenting and having a paper trail of all these things? Do you have that?
Yo, ever since I'm one person, I would write in a meeting. I would write, take minutes. Everything that I'm taking, I'll be writing notes. And whatever situation that I'm going through, maybe if I have to report something, then it will be on paper. And when nah, I never said that. I don't believe. No, I
so innocent.
Yes, I have never said that. And then when you get a chance, maybe to ask a counter question or make a counter statement, and then or pin somebody who was there to say, tell the truth. You remember this, and when this person say yes, he said, then maybe I forgot.
Yes.
We all come from different walks of life with different weaknesses, different habits and whatnot. But something that's common that I believe that we all as people have to face in our lives is dealing with people that have a tendency to lie. Or can I say pathological liars? When I talk about a pathological liar, I'm talking about someone that has a tendency to lie compulsively or like it's a habit. It's habitual for them, right? But now, the worst case scenario is what if you have to deal with a pathological liar within the workspace? They become something different. So today, guys, we're chilling with my mom, right? Jennifer Polo.
A fave. A fave.
To have this conversation. She's a teacher, right? And she being a teacher, a professional, I believe that you meet with different people within your workspace, right? With different, like I said, weaknesses, with different habits, right? So when in your life, Elanje, have you ever had to deal with people that tend to lie? Nje?
As you already indicated, on a daily basis, we meet such people. And the unfortunate part is that, as you already indicated that I'm a teacher, sometimes it seems as if one is born with that, or you learn it while you are still very, very, very young. Because when you tell a lie, a pathological liar is somebody who believes the lie that he's telling. You lie to such an extent. You start off by lying in order to survive. You can lie in order for people to like you. You can lie in order to gain a favor from somebody else. There are different reasons that make a person to lie. But now, the problem becomes when you lie and believe your own lie. And then when you do it while you are still a young child and you are not reprimanded, it seems as if it becomes now a problem. That is where we would say you are a pathological liar. In a workplace, you can get somebody who would do something to you or would say something to you. And then the very person would go around and tell people that you did what she or he did to you. In order for them to get favor or gain favor of those people.
That is very crazy.
And especially the unfortunate part is those ones in leadership roles. They would do that because when you are a leader, people tend to fear you. instead of respect you.
Yes.
Now you take that advantage and you know it's wrong, but you take that advantage, make it that disadvantage and make it an advantage.
Because I was about to ask in your sorry to interrupt, in your line of work as a teacher, do you find that it's more your colleagues or the children that you teach that lie more?
More adults. I wouldn't say colleagues only, but I would say adults.
Okay.
Because as a teacher, I meet children,
Yes.
I meet parents, and my colleagues. Ne? But the child would come to you, for an example, that is why I say more adults. The child would come to you and portray an attitude that he or she heard from home.
Of course.
And when you want to find out why does this child do whatever he or she is doing, he would tell you, my mom said this and this and this about you. And then when you call the mother in or the parent in, the parent would deny and call the child a liar. That is why I said to you that it seems as if we are doing this thing and we are learning this thing still at an infancy stage, because the moment my mom or he as my son,
Yes.
when he is doing or saying the correct thing, then I said, you are lying.
Yes.
In order for me to survive, what is it that I'm teaching him?
That it's okay to lie.
It's okay to lie.
We grew up with this say that mukhologaki.
Yes.
And the fortunate part is that my children would tell me straight while they were still young.
Don't expose us.
I'm not exposing them, but they would say to me, Waka mama, and I would freeze.
Like, how dare you say that?
Yes, I would freeze because it's something that we're not used to.
You were not taught to do to your parents.
But now, as they were growing up, I understand, because I was saying, why Orikak? They would say, Kiringi.
Yes.
Wafos.
Yes, I got taught that too. Wafosa.
Wafos king. How we need yote. But mama, how aga waka? And as you sit and really digest what you talked about, you realize, Hore, you have to allow your children to judge you as you are.
Yes.
So that's I was saying, the parent side now would come to you about
Yes.
Now with us colleagues, yes, it's worse. It's even worse because I would want to gain favors from my colleagues. And then I would, because maybe they are having a certain problem with a certain colleague. And this colleague is vocal. And as a result, her being vocal, expose. So rather, Ansali vocal and sometimes it be robust, I would say.
Okay.
Now, you know, being robust, you don't.
Yes.
You are brutal in whatever.
Yes.
Now, some other people don't like that.
Of course.
They take offense for the truth. Now, as a leader, I would isolate such a person from the colleagues.
Okay.
Clara hela so I would capitalize on that. And then every single day or every time and again when I get a chance to negatively about that person, I would do that in order for that to discredit.
Is it because in that moment robust like being brutally honest can sometimes be a weakness, because
it can be a weakness.
So you're using that brutal honesty against them.
It can be weakness, it can be a strength.
A strength, yes, that is true.
It can be both a weakness and a strength. Now, that's what I was saying to you.
I don't agree with the fact that being brutally honest is necessarily a weakness. It's just that we are being taught to not like honesty.
No, honey. What I meant was,
in that context,
there is a nicer way to tell you the truth. Brutality is something that is harmful. So you don't have to be brutal, but you can be honest.
The
Yeah.
emphasis of brutally honest doesn't necessarily mean.
It depends how the one that hears
Hears
the
it,
honesty
yeah.
would interpret.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
They would
That's what I'm
interpret
saying.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
But in essence, as colleagues, we are having that difficulty or that weakness of not wanting to know or to be told the truth.
The truth. Okay.
And then we take advantage of those people who people are regarding as batho ba bushula. Ha ke re?
Yeah.
Who Clara, re na le this tendency gore that pull down
Mabushula ke yo wa.
syndrome gore motho ole o eng because of we don't want to be told the
The
truth.
truth. Yes.
Now we turn so say wa for sin negative ne, and then sometimes I would even go to you, the two of us, and then insult you. When you talk back, I'd go and say,
Yeah.
because now I'm gaining favor. I already gained favor. Mo bathong ba bangwe.
And people
So
are going to
no-
believe
Bahu,
you.
they're going to
Yes.
believe because of so that is now being a pathological
Liar.
and you tend even to believe all those things. Okay, Mosa did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. People honest would say, Mosa, I know yalo. I know I'm telling a lie, but I believe that lie because Ernest is also agreeing.
Or
for it.
khutshale batho ba ko gae. Khutshale batho ba ko gae.
I think that's where the problem lies, and that's the most dangerous part about being a pathological liar is that you yourself tend to believe your lie. Like you literally live that lie. You know it was a lie, but you convinced yourself so much that you start to believe that lie to be the truth. So you can't separate the two. And it's a good thing that we are talking about this because of normally it doesn't just affect you as the
Of
person
course.
that has the sickness.
Yeah.
But it rather even affects your colleagues
Exactly.
or the next person psychologically. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now they have to deal with having trust issues within working with you. Do you understand what I'm saying? They have stress because of now there's a lie is constantly being told about them, and people are starting to believe because of they are charismatic. Those people,
Yes.
they have charm.
Yes.
People that are pathological,
Of course.
they have charm.
Yes, of course.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So because of they have that charm, they have that charisma.
That's how
to
scammers win.
converse you.
Because they're charming.
Right. Now I have to deal, or she has to deal with the lie that I'm telling about her. Right? And people are believing, and that's how people now look at it. Now she's dealing with the stress of people are looking at me wrongly because whatever that's been said about me is not truth. Right? And then psychologically it starts to affect her. And then that's why I said it's even more dangerous within a workspace because of now how do you work with someone that's like
That does that.
that's going to damage you emotionally, that's going to damage you mentally.
And
that's what
publicly,
happens.
because it's a wheel that goes on. Like I can get home as Mama Police colleague and tell my family members. My family members might tell the next door neighbor.
Exactly.
Wherever Mama Poli goes, we're all looking at her like, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's the one.
and it ends up affecting you mentally.
It could even affect.
Emotionally.
I think it could even affect like your workspace in a sense that if you were maybe up for like a higher position and then we just rule you out automatically for not this one because that person told us this about them.
Exactly.
And everybody believes what that person says. That's
Yeah,
wild.
That's true.
It's very crazy. Yeah.
But now you being in that workspace, in that particular workspace, right? You having faced or having dealt with people that are able to lie about other people. It could be you. It could have happened to you. I believe it has happened to you. And then how do you cope? Or how does one cope with such a situation?
You know, it's really what you've been saying. It's really heartbreaking, emotionally and everything. But now, when you sit at first you wouldn't even believe in yourself. You'll start to have that low self-esteem. You'll start to look at people like, okay, they believe because they show that they believe that particular person. And then you start to have that resentment, that mechanism of protecting yourself. You don't want to open up to everybody.
Sure.
You are okay being alone. And you don't even trust people who want to be close to you in the workspace. Because not everybody is going to believe whatever who is saying. I get it. Other
That's
people
true.
would say, Nana, ke batla go mo ithutela."
Yeah, I want to see for myself.
But now, again, that particular person, you would have doubts to say, why is this person coming close to me?
Yes.
While he or
yes.
she heard what she heard.
Like, what
Does
is
she
the
have
plan?
maybe she wants to catch me, maybe, or record me, or do whatever. You
Setting
trust,
traps and whatever.
you trust to doubt.
Do you feel like in
The-
a way it
the
also makes you
relation-
doubt? Sorry, it makes you doubt yourself in the sense that if you had a really amazing idea, you wouldn't even put it go Bailey because you're like, they already believe this about me, so what's the
even
point?
Sheba, and you, you would even, I would even go to that extent. If I come to a situation where I have to add value in my workplace, I would do it.
Okay.
Even if you don't want to listen to me, I said it.
Okay.
Anyway, I said it.
Yes.
And what amazes me is most of the time, the idea that you said no, the other person will be coming with the same
With the same
in
idea.
the same meeting.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
you would now agree to that one.
That makes me so angry.
And then you would say, but I said the same thing.
And then
And
you
then
look like you're
as you-
petty.
Sheba,
They're not
as you
petty.
grow, now I'm a grown woman now. At first, these things were making me cry a lot. But as I grow older, I decided, nah, man. I can see these people are like that. There is nothing one can change from a person, especially when you learned something from a younger age. That is why I was saying, na for na, these kind of liars, ikete ba ithutile go tswa ba le banyane, and nobody shown them it's wrong. That is why they are doing what they are doing. So yana wa go change yang motho o godile.
Right? It's
So
too
rather
late.
you and happy you I would say, if life didn't have these kind of people, it was going to be boring.
You remember we always say, without darkness, we wouldn't enjoy the light
Yeah, 'cause
if
of-
we didn't know.
Yeah.
Because Kabira tried to the light. Must say.
So then I would say, yeah, man, okay, it's fine. And whoever believes can believe. As long as I have these people, sometimes I would console myself to say, but my family loves me. My kids and my husband love me. What more do I want? And I would sometimes even say, one cannot have it all in all the places.
So you're not a cake, you can't be loved by anyone.
Yes, I'm not even money.
Yes.
I
yes.
cannot be loved by everybody. So I would take that along with me. So whatever that person is doing, whatever negative energy he or she is trying to take on my name,
You're blocking it out.
and then gradually people are starting to see the real pathological liar.
yes, yes.
Gradually they are coming to see, no man. And when they come, I'm still,
Distant.
because I don't know the motive.
And also, they are not trustworthy. It took one person saying one thing for you to change.
Exactly.
Ow.
So it's really frustrating to get those people, especially in a workplace. Ernest said it well when he said, in a workplace, you have to be happy because production has to take place.
Yes.
Now, if you're not happy, how are you going to be productive? And do you think these people care? They don't.
I don't think.
And if you are a senior, the very person that you are every time on his or her case, you would even send people to look for productive work, while you know that this person might be going through something
that I'm putting them through.
Yeah.
The
So
one
now-
responsible for them.
So having faced such a situation, we talk a lot, and then I know that definitely you face such situations, right? I think that's one of the reasons why we came about with setting and discussing this topic, because we were like, if you can face such situations, how many people within the work environment are facing that situation? And it doesn't necessarily have to apply just to the work environment, because whatever we're speaking about, we're talking about the work environment, but it applies to in everyday life.
To life, yeah.
To life in general. So please do take notes. If you not, even if you're not working somewhere, somehow, take notes, realize and try to cope with this.
Because
of now,
there are definitely pathological liars in every single place of life. Yeah.
So now what I wanted to know from you, Nje, do you normally document these instances? And how do you do it? Maybe you might give some advice to other people that are facing that challenge. How do you deal with documenting and having a paper trail of all these things? Do you have that?
Yo, ever since I'm one person, I think when I wanted to become a teacher, it was not by mistake. I would write in a meeting. I would write, take minutes, take points, because I have to add value, I get in a meeting.
Sure.
So everything that I'm taking, I'll be writing notes. And whatever situation that I'm going through, maybe if I have to report something, then it will be on paper to say, on such and such a date, this happened. Now I'm even wiser now. I record. I'm even wiser, because a pathological liar would lie. would lie. Yo, but and they would even say, and when nah, I never said that. I don't believe. No,
They are so innocent.
I have never said that. And then when you get a chance maybe to ask a countery question or make a counter statement, and then or pin somebody who was there to say, tell the truth. You remember this, and when this person say yes, he said, then maybe I forgot.
Yes, maybe Kilebits.
Maybe I forgot, but now I really cannot remember. I've never done it. Turns now to be, maybe I forgot, and I don't remember. It's no more I didn't. Yeah. So taking notes, date of an occurrence, and even time, it's of importance, because that time when you say nako e itseng, date e itseng, you said and you were with, and I was here.
So you have
Even if they can lie,
receipt,
because these
receipts.
pathological liars have got somebody who assists them to lie.
To lie, yes.
I
But then the backup.
remember I said the colleague sometimes would be somebody, it's a leader. In this leadership, they are having subordinates who depend on favor.
Yes.
They want to get favors for it. When they go out of a workplace, they don't fill forms. When they go out of a workplace, there is nowhere where they report, and they are being covered. So they have to also to cover. Because you scratch my back,
I scratch yours.
So now within the teaching vicinity, because of you are within the teaching profession, do you guys have like HR, human resource?
Here, but there is.
And then how does HR deal with such
With a
situations,
pathological liar?
Such issues.
Now, in my case, let me speak about me. They would come, procedurally, so it's a grievance, and then you take it to whoever my senior immediate supervisor, and then what they do, they come to this. Let me make a practical example from the three of us. Ernest is doing something that I don't like and that is not lawful, I would report Ernest to you because you are the senior.
Of course.
And when you have to come and meet us, you'll go to Ernest and find out. And Ernest will go call OJ and say, let me call OJ as my witness and tell you came for the problem that I lodged, the grievance that I lodged. You allow Ernest not to respond, but rather to call OJ. OJ, come tell Musa.
Gore mama Poli ke motho yang.
Gore, who's this woman? Ibile ka nako ewa, you know more colleagues, mama. Moto o. Mosadi o. Wabon? So, Clara how.
It's a problem.
It's a problem, but you don't see it because
You're not there.
because OJ will be telling you you're over. Yanu, you start to listen to OJ and say, when OJ is saying the same thing as Ernest, it means it's the truth. You never give
So
me
that's
a
how
chance
your
to come.
HR deals with the whole
That's
thing.
how they deal.
But that's not ethical.
And
then.
thereafter now, they would even go to that extent of when you escalate the matter. Yeah, Ernest is covered.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, Ernest
Meaning,
is covered.
Are you saying that it goes
How?
as far as sometimes people feeling helpless because of even when they escalate it legally? Because of basically you have to have a step to escalate the whole thing that legally, this is not working out. Let me not rather take a legal route.
Unless you have money to take the legal route outside the fraternity, outside the
Otherwise,
department.
protected. So that's why you said mostly people that tend to show the
Vicious-
vicious
cycle.
liars are people that have influence and power.
And covered
Because
everywhere.
they know that with their influence comes the coverness. I'm covered wherever, whenever.
They would even
Hey,
can really
I
be
get they have to
touched.
cover their traps
Yes.
in order for their lies to be believed everywhere that they go. They have to cover. I can't leave this space open because what if you walk in through here? You know?
they do it. So as a result, you would knock on doors. And when you go out, lodge a complaint and go out, the phone will be ringing. And tomorrow, when you get to work, they'll just look at you like, oh sure.
So,
I'm like,
so now we spoke about how this whole thing impacts a lot of people. It might be taken very minimal, right? But it has a very big impact on people's well-being. We're talking emotionally, we're talking mentally, right? So, you, Nje, have you ever had to go to therapy because of instances whereby, or because of the ripple effects that the pathological lie caused in your life? Have you ever had to consider or go to therapy?
fortunately for me, I remember when Keneilwe, my daughter, started studying psychology. She once told the father that I would like for you to buy mama a radio. This radio she can listen to because she loves music. She can listen to the radio while in class for her to concentrate and for her not to focus on the negative. And
Wow.
then every day I would take that and just play my music that I like. And my children, and it used to soothe even my children because in class they were now so quiet. I would really forget about the problems that I was having.
You would be enjoying your work now.
Yes, and enjoying my. And then sisters will be coming. Tima radio ewa.
Ela, exe.
That thing of yours has to stop. Then, huh?
But it's not interrupting. It's not.
That thing of yours has to stop.
Sure.
So kore it's like o tlo bona motho a go pusha to the brim a batla gore o we and a bona ga motho ga we man ke direng gore a we.
Yeah, ne?
So and that again Tima, why? Team, why? Complain to the others. And
practice superiority ba gage pele ga bana towards you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I would tell her, you see what you are doing in front of the kids. If I do it, it won't be nice.
If I retaliate.
If I do it, it won't be nice. And then it's rudeness. To the senior.
But when you do it's fine.
When she does that, it's just
when she's rude, it's okay.
It's within, it's her right.
Within her jurisdiction.
It's her right. It's her school. So, okay, the way a workplace, a
pathological liar also battling happiness at all.
At all.
Like, Khabati, don't leave the situation that I'm trying to cause for you. Why are you not focusing? Why are you focusing here?
Why every day
I'm trying to
smile
cause a tornado for you. Why are you not inside it?
Exactly.
Outside.
And what was worse is that she would even go to my other colleagues, Baba, close to me and say, why are you with that woman? Please leave. Why are you with that woman? And if they don't leave, they will get punished. Yes.
At my school.
Yes. This is my father. This is my father's farm.
So what
I would say that but they are like it.
They have father's
farms.
They have land.
And now, what I take from the whole conversation that we had today is that assessing from what you gave us as an experience, the most biggest problem that encourages people to continue and not seek help because it's a mental illness, right? What encourages them for them to not go and seek help is that because of there is no form of accountability.
Yes, clearly not.
All right. So when Anje, if you just sit down and then talk to yourself and then think and come up with solutions, right? How would we ensure that people that lie so constantly and so maliciously, damaging other people's reputation, causing mental health to other people and emotional health,
making people suicidal and depressed?
Yeah, depressed. How would you say, what steps can be taken to ensure that there's accountability towards them, and then maybe they will change and start to seek help for their illnesses?
Up until such a time, our workplaces are taken seriously by our employer. Only after, when they realize the input that each and every employee is making towards, it can be more a domestic worker, it can be wherever. Once we take pride and cognizance in well-being, each and every one of us, and there are systems in place, and those systems in place are used relevantly, not to disadvantage other people, not to favor other people. All of us. I will never step on your toes unnecessarily.
Yes.
I would even practice professional ethics because as a teacher, I'm guided by professional ethics. Now, if I violate those ethics, and I did it, by right, I should be charged. But, because of favor, but now if we can do away with favoritism and just face things as they are, wherever, a healthy society, because I won't be getting home ke tenegile. Ke be ke tlo go lo tena. Sometimes we even have smaller children. Maybe we should do a follow-up podcast where I explain again one of the mischiefs I had in my workplace.
Yes.
I know you would remember, maybe it's in the back of your mind, the time I was moved from this area of the teaching to another area.
I remember, yeah.
The pain that I was caused.
I remember.
And forever I was having my family, I was having my husband who stood by me. I was having my kids. My youngest, now the other day told me, Mama, I used to, you were trying to hide your tears, but we saw them. We saw all of them. And he even said, Papa would tell us, Mama Khafuli Monat, don't enter the room. Because I would come from work and tell him, in this situation, in this state.
Yeah.
Kante, they saw everything. So, because every one of us has got a family. When we go to our workplaces, we are leaving families behind. And those families are respecting us. And those families are looking up to us. Now, if we belittle each other more a workplace,
Yeah.
what about those people that we left behind at
Yeah,
home?
because it takes away from you being a mother in that moment. Because now you have to hide yourself in the room.
Exactly.
You can't
That's
spend
a-
time with
that's
the
Cook
kids
for
after
your
work.
kids.
Hey,
You cannot assist them in homework.
You can't.
You cannot ask them how their
The day was, hey.
because now you have to hide because you were not happy at work.
That's what I'm saying. That's I said, and I boldly said so because of it was mostly based on, like you said. My younger brother said, "We seeing your tears and knowing very well that they are being caused by people at work, and mostly people lying about your character, and other people even saying, but." We've been investigating this whole thing. We found out how right this is just nonsense. Because of you do find those genuine people. They'd be like, nah, but no, I'm not making you a favor. But,
People who actually want to do their jobs.
yeah, but we don't making a favor. But we don't know even what's the problem. So we saw your health deteriorating a lot. I remember you even had to be admitted on some time to just. They admitted you for just to go rest because of you were dealing with just a lot. So that's why I say this topic is very important because of it might seem very minimal, but the causes that a pathological liar does to a person's mental state, mental health, emotional health, it's unimaginable. Those are one of the
And
things
you're
that-
not just doing it to that person because like it's causing an effect. Where that person is going, it's causing an effect.
A ripple effect.
To
Like,
exactly
yeah,
to where,
exactly, condemning
where that
that
person is
person.
supposed to be, they are unable to be. They are unpresent because whether it's with their friends, whether it's with their family, whether I'm a pastor in church, you never know. But it's really bad.
You
It's
can even
bad.
imagine my mom. My mom is 89 this year. When I'm sometimes not okay, I don't like to go to her, and she's the one who wants to see us each and every day. When I get there and I'm not happy, she would ask me, "What's wrong?" And when I tell her what happened, I would see the pain. I would see the pain in her and say, one day, ho tla siyama. One day, ho tla siyama. And that is why, in most cases, when I'm not happy, I don't want to go to her. And I would say, "Ke tla tla ka mosho," because I don't want her also
to take that pain.
Yes, because she's now old. You see.
It was a very interesting podcast, and I think we took a lot from this podcast.
Yes, we did.
We got to understand from a personal point how pathological liar affects other people in general. and we learned that accountability is key.
Yes.
If we can just fight for the people in leadership to not favor and make people accountable for their actions, and it goes for outside of the workspace, our community, people that are involved or in the circle of people that are telling lies about other people. Let's make those people accountable.
And think about what the reaction to your actions are, what they're doing to other people and where they're taking them to. Try really hard to teach your children. It's going to be difficult if I'm a pathological liar to teach my children to be honest, but maybe that's where that whole concept of Ubuntu or a child is raised by a village comes in, because maybe other parents can teach my children that, listen, what you're doing is not okay, so that they can also be accountable themselves for each and every action that they do or they make.
On that note, guys, we have to wrap up our podcast. It was a very interesting podcast. We're definitely going to have a part 2 or a follow-up. Like
Definitely.
Like you suggested. I enjoyed sitting with my mom for the first time.
So did I. Self-love, self-care. Don't forget. Peace
Love you
out.
guys. Ciao.